Hello and welcome to RC Truth Media. I had recently, about a year or two ago, turned into a vegetarian. Now, vegetarians are different from vegans. The fact that vegetarians can eat dairy products, they eat milk, eggs, cheese, stuff like that. So, I thought I was doing good, eating no meat because I didn't want to die like my grandma from a heart attack and like my other grandma from a heart attack. Two of my grandmas have died from a heart attack. So, and I've had not the best heart, I would say. So I stopped eating meat. Now, what has happened is I have substituted meat for lots of fruits, vegetables, breads, and sugar. Okay, and so I started eating lots of cereal. I love cereal, so every night I'll eat about 4 bowls of cereal, with usually chocolate cereal. Right now I like Cocoa Bunnies. It's an organic food. I usually just go GMO free, organic. And I'll have lots of fruits during the day: apples, bananas, blueberries, stuff like that. And for the breakfast, I'll usually have maple and brown sugar oatmeal. And so what I've noticed is I'm having a lot of bloating, stomach's hurting. Every morning I go to the bathroom like 3 or 4 times, and it's just been hurting throughout the night. I've had lots of air, lots of gas, and I was, thinking, what's going on? I thought I've been eating right, going to vegetarian, and so I searched really, I think the problem is the sugar. And I'm going to show you a couple articles here. But before I do that, I want to tell you how they make alcohol inside prison and how this relates to this stomach problem. What they do is they call it pruno, and they'll get fruit together like apples and oranges, and they'll suck out the juice, squeeze out the juice from these fruits, and they'll put it in a trash bag or a cup, whatever they can get, usually a trash bag, and they'll get a lot of the juice, say a lot of apple juice, and they'll throw that apple in the bag. They'll throw some bread in the bag, because the bread is yeast in it. It turns into sugar, okay, and so they'll also throw sugar in the bag. And in prison they don't give sugar, but they do give jellies and candies that have sugar in it. So they'll throw jellies and sugar from the candies and stuff like that in it. And so all this mixed together, within a day it's already burping. Okay, they have to burp it from all the hydrogen air that comes in it. It starts fermenting and it starts making alcohol within a day. Now, a lot of times the food inside your stomach takes a day or sometimes two to get all the way out of your system. Especially if you're not fasting, then you're always going to have food in there. And if you are eating a lot of fruits and a lot of sugar, a lot of breads, then most likely this is going to happen to you. Okay, you're going to have a lot of air and bubbling, and just like what happens when you make alcohol, this will start happening. It'll start fermenting inside your stomach. Okay, and so now I'm going to go ahead and read you some articles, basically talking about how sugar, it's not good for your digestion. Okay, this article is from Organifi.com/sugar not sweet for your digestion. It says sugar may be sweet, but when it comes to your health and feeling your best, the consequences will definitely have you singing a different tune. The truth is, if you're eating a standard American diet, then you have been overloaded with sugar. As a result, your health is taking a toll. From headaches to digestive stress, the effects of sugar are wide-reaching. Sugar is everywhere. It's much more than the spoonful or two that you stir into your morning coffee. You see, the thing is that sugar is a sneaky little bugger that hides out in many of the healthy foods you're eating. You're well aware of the sugar in sweet treats such as cookies, ice cream, donuts, and cakes. However, did you know that sugar is also loaded into sauces, soups, breads, yogurt, frozen dinners, fruit juices, and many, many more products that are marketed to you as being healthy? As a result, you're most likely consuming much more sugar than is recommended. According to the American Heart Association, you should follow these guidelines. Men should be having 9 teaspoons or 36 grams of sugar, which is 150 calories. Women should be having 6 teaspoons or 24 grams of sugar, which is 100 calories. Now, what is told that on average, you could be consuming nearly 40 teaspoons of sugar every day, and that this excessive sugar intake is wreaking havoc on your health and causing a slew of problems, such as the following that you see here. I have been having the digestive problems, and that's probably because of the mixture of what I've been saying. I also didn't mention that I have 3 cups of coffee a day as well, with lots of sugar in it too. While some of these health problems may seem a bit extreme to you, there's one major and far-reaching impact that sugar is having on your health. It definitely is, if you eat a standard American diet, and you may not even realize it. The problem is, sugar is an effective destroyer of your digestion and gut health. Let's take a closer look at what sugar is doing to your digestion and how digestion and your gut health plays an important role in all your body's health. Okay? Sugar has a huge impact on your digestive system. It promotes bad bacteria to flourish. There are both good and bad bacteria throughout your digestive system. The health of your digestive system relies heavily on having a balance between the good and bad bacteria in your gut. Sugar provides fuel for an unhealthy bacteria. Bad bacteria produces fats that promote allergies, inflammation, eczema, insulin resistance, weight gain. That insulin resistance is the key to what? Let's guess it. Diabetes. That's right. Bad bacteria creates toxins, metabolic byproducts, and inflammatory molecules that interfere with digestion and also adversely impact your brain. Inflammation is the root cause of modern day diseases. How gut bacteria affects the brain and body. Now this is how sugar will affect your gut, end up affecting all the rest of your body. We are more bacteria than we are human. Mounting research has suggested that the bacteria living in our digestive tract play a significant role in our overall health. Here are some of the physical and mental conditions that have been linked to imbalances in gut flora. Depression. More than a third of depression sufferers have leaky gut, or a permeability of the gut lining that allows bacterium to seep out into the bloodstream. How about anxiety? Autism. As autism often co-occurs with gastrointestinal issues like leaky gut or irritable bowel syndrome. There's also Parkinson's disease, Crohn's disease, schizophrenia, obesity and diabetes, colon cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, and irritable bowel syndrome. There is definite link between irritable bowel syndrome and an overgrowth of bacteria in the small intestines. So if you're having air and you're going to the bathroom a lot every morning and you hurt, you're waking up in the middle of the night, having air and burping and farting and all this stuff, then most likely you either have irritable bowel syndrome or you have before irritable bowel syndrome. You have the leaky gut, and you have signs that if you don't do something important, which is change your eating habits, then you will get one or many of these symptoms here. Okay, I'm going to show you another article before I show you a nutrition guide. Okay, which foods to safe to eat and foods to avoid. And this article is about fructose malabsorption. Okay, people that are vegetarians and eat a lot of fruit, this might happen to you. It says right here, if you get stomach aches, diarrhea, or other digestive systems after eating fruit or honey, this may be the cause. And here's how it works. What is fructose malabsorption? Fructose is a simple carbohydrate, sometimes referred to as fruit sugar, because in nature it's found mostly in fruits. After you eat food containing fructose, some of the fructose is absorbed by special cells in your small intestine. Healthy people without fructose malabsorption can absorb around 50 grams of fructose at a time. But for people with fructose malabsorption, the cells in your small intestine that would normally deal with fructose don't work properly. The upper limit to the amount of fructose that these people can absorb is much lower. It's around 25 grams or even less. Some people react to as little as 5 grams, to the point where you could be pushing it with a big cup of sugary soda or a paleo treat based on a lot of honey, dried fruit, fruit juice, or other fructose heavy foods. Since it is not absorbed, any extra fructose concentrates in the gut. The inability to absorb that fructose wouldn't be such a huge issue, it would just come out the other end. But there are two huge problems with fructose just hanging around in your gut for too long. The excess fructose attracts water to itself. This is called osmosis. In people without fructose malabsorption, this is why raisins or prunes are so famous for treating constipation. The high amount of fructose they contain draws water into the small intestine and makes the stool softer and easier to pass. But for people with fructose malabsorption, the effect is turned up to 11-fold, and foods high in fructose can cause some painful diarrhea. It's the same effect that someone with fructose malabsorption would get from eating a whole pound of raisins. The excess fructose provides excess food for the gut flora. When the gut flora eat the fructose by fermenting it, they produce gas, which can cause flatulence and bloating. If you get gas, bloating, or painful diarrhea after eating a lot of fruit, agave, or other high fructose foods, you may have fructose malabsorption. It says, on the other hand, you may have this problem here, though, but that's not what I have for sure. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the articles that I read to you. I'll go ahead and scroll this down so you can see what else it says here if you'd like. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a nutrition guide, foods that you can eat if you do have fructose malabsorption. Okay, and if you are a vegetarian like myself, then you might want to consider staying away from sugar and also sticking to this list here. Okay, foods that are safe to eat. Sugars and sweeteners is, you could read that there. It says, I'll let you read that top there. Okay, fruits that you can eat, not many. Kumquats, grapefruit, lemons, and limes. The vegetables that you can eat, hash browns, potatoes, pumpkins, spinach, Swiss chard. Cereals and breads that you could eat, breads and pasta without fructose or gluten-free, wheat-free, rye bread, cornmeal, cornflakes, and unflavored oatmeal, grits or grouts. You can have porridge. Who knows what porridge? I thought porridge was oatmeal. Anyhow, I'll go ahead and scroll this down so you can take a look at the rest of this if you would like. Thanks a lot for coming to the video and checking this out today. Please subscribe and like the video. If you'd like to donate, I'll leave a link below. Thanks a lot for stopping by. You have a great day.